Welcome to the MSP Corner podcast. Before we kick off our show, we would like to share what our main objective is at the MSP Corner. Our main goal is to help CEOs build profitable and self-sustainable IT service firms. We are not just providing tools for IT firms, we will be sitting in meetings with you to ensure your IT firm stays on track. The first area we are focused on, strategic sales. IT firms are stuck selling technology or IT support. We will provide you with the blueprint so you position your firm as an added value to your prospects. We will have framework on how to sell value so you influence the prospect into selecting your firm. The second area we see many IT firms struggle in is marketing. 90+% of businesses rely on antiquated marketing methods. The most popular choice, word of mouth. We have proven methods on how to attract the ideal prospect. Our framework will include how to become the online authority and be the business influencer for an industry. The third component to our package, scaling. IT firms walk away from opportunities because they lack the bandwidth or skill set to scale. We have lined up reputable businesses so our members can hire on-demand resources that will allow them to scale their business. The fourth area we will offer help in, selecting the right tools. In order to deliver value, you need the right tech stack. Our platform will offer information on products that are the ideal choice for MSPs. The fifth area we will offer help in is with documentation. Templates are a critical component when building an MSP. We will have contracts, proposals, SOWs, collateral, and much more in the template section. You will have every document you need to start up your managed IT service business. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go to our next podcast. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the MSP Corner podcast. I am your host, Fernando Leon, and I'm joined by my co-host, Gregory Moravietz. And today we're going to discuss a very important topic, leveraging social media to build a brand. But before we start, let me go over our agenda so we stay on topic on what we're talking about. So first, we're going to talk about the digital landscape, establishing online presence, content creation, engaging your audience, using social media advertising, measure and optimize. We'll conclude with a short message, and then we'll just give a quick overview on the MSP Corner. We'll have a little discussion on the MSP Corner between Gregory and I, but here we go. Let's get this show on the road. All right, so let's just go over the digital landscape. I mean, obviously, everyone here is familiar with social media, but, because in today's landscape, I mean, everything is just digital. But leveraging social media is going to be essential for any B2B IT service firm looking to build a strong brand online, right? And building that online authority, building a brand, building brand recognition. Social media is going to be a key player in making this happen. But social media platforms provide a very unique opportunity to reach a broad audience because it can be very inexpensive. These platforms help engage with potential clients, build rapport, and establish thought leadership, which is critical when you're building not only a brand, but you're building trust, you're building rapport, you're building credibility, and these platforms are ideal for making this happen. So let's go over how a B2B IT service firm can effectively utilize social media to build its brand. Now, this is, like I was saying earlier, this is an opportunity to build trust, credibility, and rapport with your audience, because that's the only way to consistently
generate, opportunities. Now, establishing online presence, but how do you do that? Right? You got obviously you have to, Greg, and pitch in here when you're ready because you have to choose the right platform. You can't just, especially if you're a B2B, you need to identify social media platforms most frequented by your target audience, right? So if you're a B2B and you're targeting, let's say, the medical device industry or medical industry, you got to determine which platform that those people are frequenting are frequently visiting. LinkedIn is particularly valuable for B2B companies due to its professional network, because that's what their only focus to is to professionals. Twitter and Facebook can also be useful for sharing content and engaging with followers, while platforms like YouTube can be ideal for sharing video content. But LinkedIn is going to be, I believe, your biggest opportunity. They can get you not only in front of the right people, but that's where professionals are typically visiting. Unlike me, I'm on TikTok every day, but I'm not looking for, I guess, businesses. If I was a consumer, I guess what I'm a consumer. I guess I could be influenced by some messaging on TikTok. But if I'm looking for professional services, more than likely, I'm going to be looking on LinkedIn or on Google. Now, you want to just what you want to do also is consistent branding. In short, really, it's you want to ensure that your brand's visual elements, such as logos, color schemes, fonts, are consistent across all social media platforms. This consistency helps it reinforce brand recognition and trust among your audience. So, Greg, do you feel like, okay? Let's get back to choosing the right platform. You're you're a professional. You're a CEO of a company. Do you use any platforms when you're looking for a specific service, or do you look to? Are you ever on a social media platform and you're like, oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for, or do you ever find information on a specific platform that pertains to business?
Yeah, I look on Google. Nothing
Really?
else really. I kind of don't feel like I trust platforms very much.
So LinkedIn. So okay, let's say you're on LinkedIn and you're looking for a CPA that is ideal for single point of contact. Would you consider speaking to that CPA? Or let's say the CPA said, "Hey, Gregory, you're a small business owner. Follow us for tax advice. Follow us for accounting advice. Follow us for uh, legal advice in the tax arena. We give daily updates on just information that comes up." Would you follow their organization?
I follow very few people, so I'd say maybe, possibly.
Maybe. So which firms would you follow that would be relevant to single point of contact? Or even say MSP Corner?
Which firms do I follow? I don't know. It would have to be. I don't follow much right now. I only follow a couple of groups, but it's difficult. Maybe if I got some instant return from it.
Yeah. Nothing like Microsoft. You don't follow Microsoft or any
I mean,
security
I follow all
companies.
these cybersecurity bulletin boards, and
Yeah.
that's enough. That's enough for
Okay.
me to follow hundreds of
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Because I'm sure you're inundated not only with emails. Yeah. So you're following these, what are they called? Boards or
Yeah, boards.
communities? Okay. Boards.
Sure.
Okay. Now, but these boards, it's just basically like a log of information that's being fed into your feed, or what? How does that work?
Yeah, they show me like cybersecurity threats that are recent.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. So nothing on there that's like even remotely. any type of advertisement or
Yeah, there's adverts built into these. Not
oh,
many,
interesting.
not much.
Not much. Okay. So it would be fair. I'm hoping, you know what, when we do a, because I'm going to do a webinar on this. This is because this is that we can create some great visuals for this. But is it possible for you to share some visuals of this feed you're getting into? And do you ever see it would even be that ideal if you shared if you saw like a sponsored ad or something along those lines that let's say Splunk put an ad in there that had a call to action or had something that was valuable, a valuable hook, something that piqued your interest. Nothing. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Not really, no.
Interesting, interesting. Because I'm sure you're one of many who's looking at these feeds. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's go on to the next topic, content, right? You got to share valuable content. But what is that? You know, it's such an easy statement to say or make or write down. Share valuable content. Well, what the hell is that? What do you mean by valuable content? Well, let me get to that. You want to share educational content. Share content that addresses pain points, interests of your target audience. And this could include, you know, blog posts, white papers, case studies, short form videos. Those are becoming very popular. These short form videos can point to a 15, 20-minute webinar or video of you talking about, hey, top 5 things small businesses should implement to keep their network from getting hacked, et cetera, right? Podcasts and how-to guides, that is valuable content. You got to obviously produce it, you got to publish it, you got to there's a lot to it. It's not that simple. But you need to position your firm as a thought leader, and by providing insights into industry trends and best practices is going to help you build a credible and trustworthy brand. People don't do business with companies they don't trust, right? So you got to go earn that business. And how do you do that? With educational content. What are your thoughts on that, Greg?
Yeah, absolutely. Educational content is critical.
Yeah, because I mean, I mean, that's just how the world has shifted. I mean, we've done this huge pivot from yellow pages to now we look for things online. We look for services online. We look for consultants online. We look for coaches online. And how do you determine if they're a good fit? Well, you got to read about the content they produce, right? And that's the only way you're going to be able to build rapport and trust with your audience. Now, visual content is not bad, right? Like infographics, videos, slideshows can help you convey complex information in an easily digestible format. And for example, a video demonstrating the benefits of a new software solution can be more engaging than a lengthy text post. So visuals are awesome. You got to think about producing those type of information. But I said that on the educational content. You do want to look into short form videos, but visual content is going to help you build that trust. And then regular updates. You got to consistently provide regular updates. Maintain a consistent posting schedule to keep your audience engaged. And using social media management tools can help you plan and automate your posts. And that's going to ensure that your content reaches your audience at optimal times. So, we produce a newsletter every week without fail. It's going out. There's something that's going to be educational, informative. It's a podcast, a webinar, a blog, educational material on disaster recovery, backup, security. I mean, it's endless. The IT industry is has so much not only to offer, but a lot of opportunity there to educate your audience. It's endless. I mean, there's just so much to there's the opportunity to produce content is there. So engaging your audience. So you gotta get in the habit of responding to comments and messages. So you need to actively monitor your social media channels for anyone that might have left a comment, asked a question, left messages that are being posted. You have to respond, and responding promptly to questions, feedback. It shows that you value your audience's input and you're willing to engage in meaningful conversations. And that's something that, and that's if you have alert notifications turned on for LinkedIn or Facebook, it's really easy to manage. So there's no excuses on not having time. You got to stop making excuses on not having enough time. There's plenty of time in the day. I'm used to working 10, 12-hour days, so I'm not I'm not I tend to run out of time, but I prioritize my to-do list, and responding to comments, messages, emails is way on top of my list because people or prospects, they want to know that someone cares about their message. Someone is responding. Someone is ready to engage with them. So you have to always be available. Now, I don't know how many times I've heard this from so many CEOs that contact us because we have like 20 plus CEOs that contact us each month for the services our MSSP offers. Now, they'll send me a message and I'll get back to them within 30 minutes. If it's an email, a message on our post, I get back to them immediately. And they always say the same thing. Wow, I've contacted your competitor yesterday and they haven't even reached out to me yet. Do you know how powerful it is to well, just the power of just you reaching out to them at within an hour of them contacting you? That just speaks volumes to them on that you care and you're ready to engage with them because your competition is not. So you got to be fast. So another way to engage with an audience is join industry conversations, right? Participate in industry related discussions by joining relevant groups, and more important, use hashtags. This not only increases your visibility, but also positions your firm as an active participant in I guess, a specific industry community. So look out for, and that's something we do on Facebook. We join industry specific groups and we contribute in conversations. We'll like, we'll, so, but Facebook is one example, Reddit is another, but all of those platforms give you a notification that if somebody has a specific question in that industry, you can respond or leave a message or provide them with somebody asks you a question in that group, you can respond quickly. Leveraging user generated content. What do I mean by that? Encourage satisfied clients to share their experiences with your organization, right? They can leave a positive review on social media or on the social media platform or like Google reviews. And user-generated content can serve as powerful testimonials, and this provides social proof of your firm's expertise and experience, which will also add to your online authority. All right, using social media advertising. Yes, yes, I know what everybody's thinking right now. It sounds expensive because you're right, it is. LinkedIn and Facebook ads can be a little spendy. But if you have the budget and you can write great messaging, you will see an ROI. Um, you will definitely see an ROI if if your audience engages with if you're picking the right platforms, you're writing great content, you're solving problems, you're going to get a healthy return on investment. So, targeted ads, let's talk about that for just a quick second here. Social media platforms offer advanced targeting options that allow you to reach specific demographics, industries, and job roles. And we all know LinkedIn, that's their bread and butter, because that's exactly what that's their main goal is, so you guys can target specific executives. So you can use these tools to create targeted ad campaigns that promote your services, and and if you are servicing a specific industry, man, you're gonna do very well. But again, you're gonna need a healthy budget. Well, let's talk about sponsored content. Invest in sponsored posts to amplify your reach. And what I mean by that is, well, this content can help your post get in front of a larger audience, increasing brand awareness, and this will obviously help you generate leads. So think about sponsored content and retargeting. This is well, the term remarketing and retargeting, I guess, is the same, but implementing a retargeting strategy to reach users who have visited your website or social media platforms or social profiles, right? This can help nurture leads and move potential clients further down the sales funnel. Because I don't know how many times it's happened endless times. I go to a Nike website and I'm looking around for shoes. I get distracted. I get a phone call. I have an appointment. I log off or I just close the window down. It's like next thing you know, I'm on Facebook and there's a Nike ad in front of my face. Or I get on my phone and I get on let's say I do a Google search, Nike ad. Imagine that. And that's where the magic of remarketing or retargeting plays a big role in re-engaging your audience. And that's how powerful these tools are. It's just amazing. And when you leverage all of that technology to its fullest potential, you're going to be generating so many leads. You're going to have problems scaling your IT service and your IT service business. But one of this all sounds really sexy and really cool, but let me tell you, it's not easy. You got to have the right message. You got to have the right if you're going to be targeting a specific industry, you got to have that configured correctly. And then, you're if you sound too salesy, you're soliciting, not a good thing, not a great thing. So you have to think about messaging. And that's one of the things that at Single Point of Contact or the Single Point of Contact at MSP Corner, that's the whole point. Gregory and I founded this organization. We know what your audience is looking for. We know what that messaging should be. And that's the whole point of building the MSP Corner, is to help you guys with that messaging, because it's tough. I know many of you are very techy, and many of you are left brain, and the right brain is the creative side, and you don't have an ounce of creativity. Well, the people at the MSP Corner, that's their whole that's going to be the whole reason for their existence is to help organizations like you get the right message in front of your audience, or at least get the right message produced so you get it in front of your audience. And remember something very, very important. Marketing is a journey. It's like working out. You don't work out for 6 months and then you stop because you're going to either gain your weight back or you're just not going to be feeling healthy anymore. Marketing is a journey, just like working out. You got to do it every day. This is not going to ever end because that's just how business works. Unless you get to a point and you're like, well, now I have 100 clients and I'm perfectly happy, which is fine. That could be your goal. You're just like, hey, I have 100 clients. I'm very happy. I get another 100 clients. It's going to be too much stress, and that's fine. But always remember that you're going to have to replace clients you lose. And if you're not marketing yourself, how are you going to replace that clients? Sure, word of mouth might help a little, but I wouldn't rely on something you can't manage or measure, right? Because if nobody refers you into additional business, not only can you not measure that, you can't manage that. So keep that in mind. And is a great segue into the next topic, measuring and optimizing. And like I just said, if you can't measure it, it's going to be very tough to manage. So let's get into what analytics, the analytics of it all. So utilize social media analytic tools to track the performance of your posts and ad campaigns. Metrics such as engagement rate, click through rate, and conversion rate can provide insights into what's working and what needs improvement. Now, everybody knows or hears A/B testing. So, what does that mean? Experiment with different types of content, right? It could be, hey, reduce IT costs in 90 days, or that's the headline, or improve IT services or reduce security hacks by blah, 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 right? You got to experiment with different types of content, headlines, and visuals to see what resonates best with your audience, right? So if people are open, if businesses are opening 50% of your emails when you talk about security, guess what? Start talking about only security. And because A/B testing allows you to refine your strategy based on data-driven decisions. So you got to have something in place that allows you to measure that specific metric and adjust and adapt. Social media trends and algorithms are constantly evolving, so stay updated with the latest changes and be prepared to adjust your strategy as things change, right? Regularly review your social media plan and make necessary adjustments to stay aligned with your business goals. All right, the conclusion. Well, leveraging social media effectively requires a strategic approach that includes establishing a strong online presence, sharing valuable content, engaging with your audience, utilizing advertising, and continually measuring and optimizing your efforts. And by following these steps, a B2B IT service firm can build a robust brand, foster trust with potential clients, and ultimately start generating more business, right? At least leads. And then if you have great closing skills, sales processes in place, you'll be turning all those leads into new business. So, Greg, I'm going to close this out with the MSP Corner, just a quick plug. But, we developed the MSP Corner to provide content rich information for MSPs who need the framework to success, like marketing, selling value, not just selling services. We sell value. And a lot of you need resources. And many of you, even more of you, are looking for the right documentation because yeah, I've seen a lot of contracts out there, and they're from all the competitors or other IT related coaches and things like that. It's awful. But we're developing great content for you guys because we gotta stay up to date. We operate at MSSP and we don't plan on stopping because it's a great business to run. And but we also know what's the latest and greatest of what's going on. What works with advertising, what works with marketing. We're selling value every day, so we know what we need to what processes to follow to close these opportunities. And we're also adding vendors every month. So if you guys are looking for a new tech stack, a new RMM, a new SIM, SOC as a service, I mean, there's going to be a lot of resources that will help you scale. And let's say you need a coach, everything is going to be available at your fingertips. So join today. We went live. And we still are making some adjustments to the site, but hey, you can still join, become a member. There's no fees, and you can start looking into our podcasts. We're going to be doing more of these every week, but we want to do webinars. We're going to start doing webinars weekly, or maybe every other week. So we give you guys a visual of what you need to do, because some of you are like, well, that's great that you say, okay, get on LinkedIn. I'm gonna go over in detail what your company page should look like, what your personal LinkedIn profile should say, because your LinkedIn profile is your opportunity to inform the world what you offer, not what you're about, but what do you offer small business medical offices or small business attorney offices, and what your expertise is on security, something along the line that delivers value in your message. Greg, did you want to add anything about the MSP Corner?
No, that's it. That's good.
All right. All right. Well, guys, thanks again for listening. And don't forget to sign up to be a member on www.mspcorner.com. Please share our link with the CEO who will find our information beneficial to their business. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening. And don't forget to sign up to be a member on www.mspcorner.com. Please share our link with the CEO who will find our information beneficial to their business. Have an awesome day.